Hello the internet, my name is Wesley and today is day 8 of putting together a DIY 3D printed analog synthesizer for the Synthesizer Library of Portland. I plan on donating it to them as soon as I finish, and I'm going to be releasing one video every day in which I put a new module each day into the synthesizer. I'm going to keep doing that until the project is finished and I can finally donate it. So if you're interested in seeing this project all the way through to completion with me, then go ahead and subscribe and you can see what I build tomorrow. So today I'm going to be showing off this bad boy right here, which is a foot control interface for a modular synth. So you might be wondering what I'm talking about. Well, this is an expression pedal. They can be had pretty cheap. I think the cheapest you can get one is like maybe $14 or $15, and then they go up in price from there. But even a cheap one will work fine for this as long as it has some kind of switch there to make sure that you can have the polarity right. Essentially what this module does is allow you to use your feet to control a parameter on the synthesizer. Let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to take this foot pedal controller and just put it on the ground, and it'll be off camera from here on out, but you should be able to tell what I'm doing. So I'm going to take this plug from the foot pedal, and I'm going to plug it into the expression pedal interface right there. And now when I roll this knob up, I can make it so that it goes all the way off or all the way on. Now I'm controlling that light with my foot essentially. But it's not just the light. Let's go ahead and take the output from this module and put it into the control voltage of the filter position. So as I roll my foot forward, and with the light you can see what position the foot pedal is in, right? And I can just manually control where that filter is using my foot. This module does more than just what you've seen so far. As you can see, there's other plugs and stuff on there. So first of all, if I remove the foot pedal from the expression pedal plug there, I can just use this knob to directly control a parameter. But really the point is to be able to use the expression pedal. So we'll put that back in there. But it's not just a static DC voltage that you can control. I'm going to take the output from a low frequency oscillator, or LFO, and attenuate it through here. So I've got an LFO here, and I'm going to take the square wave output from that LFO and put it into this CV jack. So now my foot pedal is controlling how much of that LFO comes through, and you can see the light blinking to reflect that. So here we go. And if I choose a different waveform to put that in there, like that was the square, let's take a sine wave next. Now, but when I roll my foot forward even just a little, a sine wave gets really out of control, and that's where this little bias knob comes in. So when nothing is plugged in, the bias knob controls how much of that just flat DC voltage is coming through. But when something's plugged in there, you can roll it back, and now it creates a new maximum. See, so I can make it so that when my toe is all the way forward, the effect is relatively subtle. And so it really allows you to just add that little spice in wherever you want. So right now I'm controlling the cutoff frequency of a filter, but you can plug that into whatever parameter you want. Like for example, here's frequency modulation on the oscillator. Yeah, so it's really handy to be able to just sprinkle in whatever type of modulation you want. This module originally came about through a discussion in the Look Mum No Computer discourse forums. I'd seen that there were some kind of modules that did similar things to this, but they didn't quite do everything that I felt that they could. So I proposed the idea for a module that, like, has a bit more features in the forums, and a number of people contributed. But the person who really took this thing all the way to the finish line is a user named AnalogOutput, who also has his own YouTube channel, who did a great job proposing a circuit for this. The version that I've got here, I'll post a Stripboard layout for, but this is a dual version, so you can see that there's actually two of these foot controller interfaces built into one, so you could take a second pedal, plug it into the other side, and be able to operate two parameters using your feet. So I think this is a great module, if I do say so myself, and not just because I kind of had a hand in helping develop the circuit. I just think it's great, and I think more people should be using their feet in their modular synthesis journey, and this can help you do that. In fact, it can help you do it twice over. It's not really too visible on camera, but I actually have a more feature-rich version of this prototype that I've been developing that has like an internal LFO and other things going on, but I'm not quite ready to roll that out yet. I feel like it still needs a little bit of refinement, but this basic version works great. So I plan on putting this specific one into the DIY synthesizer that I'm donating to the Synth library, and I hope people, kind of get switched on to the idea of using their feet to help do interesting things in their synth patches. In the description of this video, I'm going to post a link to where you can see the schematic and the Stripboard layouts for this module if you want to build it yourself. And if you'd like to see this project through to completion and see the final synthesizer that I'm going to be donating at the end of this series, then subscribe and you can follow along on this little journey. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching and have a good one.